Hi, everybody. This week we celebrate, well, some people celebrated the first day of fall. And today I looked at my calendar and it said September 25th, and I thought, that's only 3 months till Christmas. And I know some of you, like me, are probably sitting there thinking, wow, how did we get to this point? Wasn't it just April, like a week ago? I think 2020 is always going to go down as the year when time just had no meaning. But one of the ways we can mark time, even in the absence of so many of the regular things that we normally would do and that we normally love, is weekly worship. There's a really good reason that the Lord instructed his people to keep the Sabbath each week. And I know we can get into some of the debates about, how and in what way Christians, New Testament believers should do that, or whether we should do that. But I would just point out that, intentionally setting aside some time each week for gathering together for worship and just setting aside your regular work, your regular duties, that's formative. That's important. It really does matter. Some of you, you might not be ready to join us in person physically on Sunday mornings. And you know what? That's okay. Some of you have really good reasons because of your health or other things. And that's fine. We get that. And that's why we're making a live stream option available every Sunday morning for our 9 o'clock service. It'll be live. And shortly after it ends, YouTube will do whatever it does. And it will be available to view as a recorded video as well. You know what? We're not doing the 6 cameras zooming in and out here and there and a drone flying around, panning across the congregation or anything like that. But you know what? It's great because you'll be seeing and hearing what everybody else that's gathered for worship is seeing and hearing. And in that way, you will be able to participate with the people in your church, in your congregation. But you know what? If you are interested in coming out to worship in person, or you're thinking about it, you're trying to decide, here's some thoughts that I just put together for us today. We believe it's important that we follow the public health orders and guidelines and regulations at the time. There's lots of things we can debate here about the whole COVID thing and how it's been handled, but this really isn't the place. And yeah, you know what? I think we know enough now to know that in this community, there'd be lots of people that could get COVID, probably wouldn't even know they had it, would only be mildly sick. But there are lots of other people that could have serious outcomes, serious health complications because of this. And we want to take care and protect those who are more vulnerable in our community, our elderly people, immunocompromised people, people with different health conditions that would make them highly susceptible. We want to protect them. And so we're taking extra precautions, as everyone is these days. We're distancing, we're sanitizing our hands more, we're not passing around things like offering buckets or paper bulletins, coffee service isn't going right now, lots of those kind of things. You're probably pretty used to that. These are just the way things are everywhere we go. Also, for those people that are volunteering in a way that will have interaction with the congregation, we are doing some additional health checks each morning before they begin to serve. And I just wanted to take a moment and give a big word of thank you to those who are volunteering. Some are doing it regularly. Some people are doing it pretty much every Sunday. I also wanted to say a big thank you to the Briarcrest custodial team, who's doing such a good job of keeping our washrooms, our pews, and the spaces in general sanitized and clean and available for us to use. We really, really appreciate it. Like I said, it might not be the case that COVID-19 is the Black Death or something, but we still want to walk wisely here. We live in a situation these days where, even if there were a few cases, nobody was even really sick, nobody was in the hospital, that would probably still mean that our church could get shut down, Briarcrest could get shut down. We don't want that, and we don't want to be a bad witness to the world, right? People really are looking at churches and Christians. They may have heard about some things that have gone on in other places. We want to be a good witness to the world around us, and that's very important. So let's not do the wrong thing. Let's do the right thing, and let's get through this season, and hopefully before too long, we can begin to put some of this behind us. Now, part of what we're supposed to do at this time, we're supposed to limit our worship gatherings to 150 people maximum. And we're supposed to, as much as we possibly can, get people to register ahead of time for coming to worship in person. Now I know that's not really the culture of Cairnport, is it? Right? We've always kind of just been, just come. There's going to be plenty of room, right? That place seats what, like 2,000 people or something. There's always been room before. And I get it. I get it. It's not convenient to go online, to click on a link and follow this and go here and reserve your spot, say how many, etc., etc. And even from a theological point of view, I don't like the idea that there should be any barriers put up for people coming into a house of worship. But it's where we're at. You know, here's the thing. Last night I went to Deja Vu in Moose Jaw to pick up a couple of milkshakes just at the counter, you know, and despite COVID and despite having to remove some of their tables, of course, for physical distancing, the restaurant was completely full except for one table which had a reserved sign on it. And while I was standing there waiting for my milkshake to be made, the couple that had reserved that table walked in and sat down. And I just got to thinking, you know what? If we can reserve a spot to go to a favorite place and eat fried chicken, surely we can reserve a spot to go and worship the Lord and gather together with our brothers and sisters in Christ. Maybe, you know what, maybe you're going to come to the 9 o'clock service. You're going to be dressed up, ready to go. You got your coffee in one hand, you got a Bible and a notepad in the other hand. You're ready, you're awake, you've been up for how long already? You've had a good breakfast. You're ready to go. Thanks for being ready. Thanks for making the effort and being intentional and coming to worship the Lord. But you know what else might happen? Maybe you wake up on Sunday morning and you roll over and you look at that alarm clock and you realize you've hit snooze a bunch of times and now it's 10 minutes until church starts and you're just tempted to go back to sleep. Reserved spot or no reserved spot. You know what? I don't care if you just throw on a hoodie, if you just show up in your jammies, you know, if you come and you've got your favorite stuffy and a box of cereal, if you come to church and you're there, you made the effort, that is great. I will welcome you. I will celebrate that. I will be so happy that you came to gather with the Lord's people and worship Him. I'll celebrate that. So, if you haven't reserved your spot yet, if that's something you want to do, if you want to worship with us, please visit our website, www.cairnport.church. Check out the Church in Person tab. The links there are where you can register, and it's pretty simple to do. You just click on which service you want to go to, say how many people, and put your email in. It'll send you a link. You know, you don't have to print anything off. You don't have to do any of that. We're not set up to do the scan your phone or anything. Just come. We'll have your name. Just tell us you're here, and we will be so happy to welcome you. We would love to see you showing up, coming together to worship with your brothers and sisters in Christ this Sunday at 9 or 11. Hope to see you there.